IGP declares war on Ipob ESN thugs with 34,357 corpses. The news details. Following the insecurities ravaging Anambra State, including the recent activities of the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, towards the forthcoming election, the Inspector General of Police has warned that the election would be a death trap to those who vowed to cause violence that day. According to the Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, he noted that the federal government has already deployed so many security personnel to Anambra State in order to put to a stop any unplanned violence on the day of the election. The election, which was scheduled to hold on the 6th of November, has been a bone of contention to the citizens of the country due to the fact that the Ipob members have threatened violence in the state if their leader, Anambra, is not released. Meanwhile, Usman Baba made this known on Wednesday during stakeholders meeting, stating that the security officers deployed would ensure that the election will be free and fair. He also noted that the security personnel would also cover all the designated electoral polls in the state, 3 senatorial districts of the state, 21 local government areas, 326 wards, and 507 polling units. While reacting to the claims made by the Ipob, alleging that the aim of deploying troops to the state is to intimidate the electorate, he asserted that the security officers are meant to protect voters and ensure free and fair election on Saturday. This massive deployment is not designed to intimidate the law-abiding, has been insinuated in some quarters. On the contrary, it is to reassure them of adequate protection by deterring misguided political elements as well as non-state actors that might be bent on threatening the election through acts of armed violence or other conducts that violate the provisions of the Electoral Act. It is to also serve as a strong warning that the government is determined to bring such subversive characters to justice. Should they advance their ignorance, undemocratic and unpatriotic intentions. The overriding objective of our operational action plan is to ensure that it's peaceful enough to encourage the law-abiding people of Anambra State to exercise their electoral franchise. The message here is clear. For the political actors and electorates that are law-abiding, they are fully assured of optimal security. Part of the statement reads, the Inspector General of Police is saying that they are ready for the Ipob, that the election is serving as a trap to the Ipob member, that anyone who has vowed to cause violence that day will be a trap of death. The Anambra election, which is coming up November 6, 2021, the IGP is assuring the law-abiding citizens that there is enough security personnel that is going to cover the designated electoral polls in the state and making sure that the election is free and fair. The deployed troops to the state is to intimidate the electorate. The security officers are meant to protect voters and ensure free and fair election on Saturday. The massive deployment is not designed to intimidate the law-abiding, as being insinuated in some quarters. Every polling unit will have massive security personnel, whereby when those that are ready to cause violence in the state, in the election, they will be apprehended. There will be no violence, and other conduct that violate the provisions of the Electoral Act will not be accepted. So they are sending a strong warning. This is a strong warning to those who are determined to bring such characters, such subversive characters to justice. Those that have undemocratic and unpatriotic intentions, making sure that the election is not peaceful. They want to disorganize the election, that it will not work out for them, that the election will be free and fair. There have been every security deployment not to intimidate voters. The massive deployment is not designed to intimidate the law-abiding. It's to reassure them of adequate protection by deterring misguided political elements, as well as non-state actors that might be bent on threatening the election through acts of armed violence or other conducts that violate the provisions of the Electoral Act. So anybody that may want to go against the law will be apprehended. Anyone that is not ready to exercise their statutory duties as provided for in the Electoral Act and other enabling laws will be apprehended. The election will not be impartial, firm and accountable. So the citizens should be rest assured. We have come to the end of the news. Thank you.